Hi, my name is Megan and I am from Science Central, and today we're going to be going over an owl pellet dissection. So an owl pellet is any part of what an owl eats that they're not able to digest. They'll store it in their bodies and then they will yarp it up into a nice little owl pellet. So I have here your setup. Your students will get a magnifying glass, a pencil, some toothpicks, a ruler, and then some tweezers, and then of course the owl pellet. They will start by going ahead and unwrapping the pellet from the aluminum foil. So once your students get their owl pellet unwrapped, you're going to want them to go ahead and collect some data. They will be measuring the width and the length of their owl pellet in, of course, centimeters. And there will be a place on their worksheet for them to go ahead and write that and record it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start digging into our owl pellet, and there are a few ways to do that. They can use their tools, so the tweezers and the toothpicks. They can also use their fingers to kind of try and find loose spots to pry apart like this. You can use their tweezers to pull things apart. And you're going to want them to ask them to identify the different types of bones they see. So this one right here is a lower jaw bone. You can tell by the long tooth right here and the space between and the short molars right there that this belonged to a rodent, so a rat or a mouse. It's a little too small to be a rabbit. As they keep investigating, here is a top portion of that skull. You can see again the two incisors and some molars that are actually falling out back here toward the back of the jaw. Your students are going to notice that there's a lot of fur and feathers, dirt. Again, that's all the stuff that owls aren't able to digest when they go ahead and find something to eat. As I keep pulling this apart, here are some small bones that are probably rib bones. There are some informational packets with some really good photographs and pictures of bones in the kit that we sent you, so you can go ahead and reference those. This right here is a shoulder blade. You can tell by that distinctive shape right there. So we keep pulling this apart. What I have here is a fragment of another skull as well. So you're going to want to ask your students how many different types of animals that they ate. And this one, it's most likely 2 different ones. Over here in this one, here again, this is just a piece of wood to help show you guys that sometimes they pick up pieces of the environment whenever they pick up the animals that they are intending to eat. And let me see. This one right here, that looks like a keyhole. Try and get it. Right here, you can see that little keyhole right there. This is a pelvis bone, which is also, it's one of the easier bones to identify. They're going to find little small bones that are kind of circular, like this here on my piece of paper. And that's part of a vertebrae, which of course your spinal column goes through. When your students are finished unwrapping and going through their owl pellets, they can go ahead, and we provided tape for them to tape their bones to a worksheet as they go ahead and make the identification. Again, try and get them to use their best guess on how many animals the owl ate before it yarped up its owl pellet. And we will see you again soon.